Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Deni Fakri bin Zakaria. Today, I'm with Faris and Faiz. Will present our title, which is History of Islamic Accounting. So, let's start with our presentation. Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Ahmad Faiz bin Muhammad Zamzam. So, as introduction to our discussion, I will provide a brief overview. The term Islamic accounting has been used in writing officially in 1981 by Abdul Majid in one of his papers about Islamic banking. But this doesn't mean that the Islamic accounting system is a new concept. It has existed since the Rasulullah SAW time. As time passed, the Islamic accounting system experienced growth and decline because of many factors. Fortunately, now Muslim community realize that the modern accounting system are not fully following the Sharia, so they start studying the principle of Islamic accounting and strive to resurrect it. However, many challenges must be faced in order to apply it.
Okay, let's start with my presentation about the objective of this study. Okay, the main objective of this study is to discuss which is the history of Islamic accounting from its emergence to its subsequent development and expected growth in the future. Okay, in doing so, we will analyze the historic influence of Islamic accounting over its conventional counterpart, which dominates the industry today. Moreover, it will provide an analysis of the similarities and differences between the Islamic and conventional accounting today. Based on this comparison, the need for an Islamic accounting system in light of the developing Islamic accounting and the economic system. We will specific the title and needs of its financial institution which are governed by the Sharia. Finally, it will look at as the aspects and the prospect of such an accounting system, as well as the challenges it faces moving forward. Okay, thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastahdihi wa nastaghfiruh wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Amma ba'd. Hello, I'm Faris. Today I want to talk about history of Islamic accounting. Accountancy is rooted in the word account, which means to calculate. When Rasulullah SAW became divine messenger or Muslim, used the accountancy both individually and collectively shirkah. When Muslim mission da'wah succeeded, they established Baitul Mal. The establishment of the Baitul Mal as the state's financial system can be traced in Surah Al-Anfal. Badar Kubra War, our Prophet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam companions regarding the Ghanimah or war loot. Zaid ibn Zubair narrative stated that once I asked Ibn Abbas about the Al-Anfal. Ibn Abbas replied, the Al-Anfal was alike in Badr. Currency Islamic accounting development. Since the development of accounting in the Islamic states was associated with zakat. Zakat divided by 7 types. First, stable accounting, which is assenting for livestock. Construction accounting, rice farm accounting, which is agricultural accounting, warehouse accounting, mint accounting, which is currency accounting, ship raising accounting, and lastly, treasury accounting.
Now, we will talk about the Islamic accounting deterioration factors in history. It was began with the fall of the Ottoman Empire in 1924. One of the main reasons was the moral decadence and the ignorance of Islamic application among Muslims. After the fall, the Islamic State split up and fought each other. Many Islamic scholars were no longer sincere in their fatwa, and they said there is no more ijtihad. Then, other nations start to colonize the Islamic states. They planned against Islamic policy. After the World War II, the colonization ends, but most of the Islamic states didn't return to apply the Islamic teaching, especially in the management aspect. The assimilation of the secular educational system in Islamic states declines the Islamic teaching even more. That's all from me for the deterioration factors in Islamic accounting system. Thank you.
Okay, let's start with our next topic. So I will discuss about the current factors in the development of Islamic accounting. So since the development of accounting in the Islamic State was associated with the zakat, its formal establishment was initiated for the government purpose. So namely, it was implemented for the recording of public treasury revenues and expenses. So the development and implementation for accounting system in the Islamic State was also supported by mandatory recording procedures, existence and development of Islamic financial institutions such as Islamic banks, takaful, rahnu. So these are all the development of the Islamic accounting, and the proper classification of the transaction was stressed and integral. Monthly and yearly financial statements were mandatory, and while budgeting these financial statements, as can be seen, auditing was also practiced and was even deemed mandatory to ensure the proper implementation of a complete accounting system. Okay, that's all from me.
Next, we will discuss the current challenges that must be faced to fully apply the Islamic accounting system. The first challenge is the issue concerning historical evidence in Islamic accounting. There are two aspects. The first is trusted historical evidence from Islamic societies has been destroyed over the centuries because of climate or a conflict. The second issue is there is a language barriers. This is because modern studies are influenced by writings in English, while evidence of Islamic accounting is found in Arabic and Persian language. Also, some trusted evidence are also found written in old languages which are no longer in use today. So the number of people who can analyze the evidence are limited. The second challenge is lack of information and understanding prejudices. Today, people don't know Islam very well, maybe because of many negative stigmas about Islam spread around the world through media which lead to Islamophobia. Besides, some people think that Islamic accounting is only for Muslims, and this is also considered as a challenge. The third challenge is unreadiness to apply the Islamic accounting system. To apply it in a country, many firms will need to make a major accounting shift. This will require new employees, new studies, or maybe a new model business. Besides, at first, many issues will appear due to lack of awareness about Islamic management principles. So, a macro-scale movement is required from A to Z to ensure the success of Islamic accounting. The last challenge is the regulatory issues. Islamic accounting has different procedures and principles from modern accounting, which lead to different financial reporting results, while every country around the world must follow the IFRS, which is International Financial Reporting Standards. That's all from me for the challenges in applying Islamic accounting principles nowadays. Thank you.
Okay, finally, we will touch into the scholars in conventional accounting. So I will touch about the Luca Pacioli. Okay, Luca Pacioli was the first person to publish detailed material on the double entry system of accounting. He or him was a father of accounting. So he was an Italian mathematician and Franciscan friar who was collaborated with his friend Leonardo da Vinci. So who also took math lesson from the Pacioli. So it is said that Luca Pacioli published works for the double entry accounting system based on the procedure in the use by the Venetian merchants during the Italian Renaissance. So most of the accounting principles and cycle described by Luca Pacioli are still in the use of this every day. So his documentation include journals, ledger, year-end closing dates, trial balance, and cost accounting. So many more of the accounting was established by Luca Pacioli. So this Pacioli, however, is largely acknowledged as producing the first detailed and published material on the subject. Okay, thank you. That's all from me.
The conclusion of our topic and our presentation. Islamic accounting system is a means, particularly in meeting the socio-economics. Although it is difficult to specifically identify the historical influence of Islamic accounting. As expected, differences between Islamic accounting and its conventional counterpart still exists. Lastly, Islamic accounting still faces many challenges which it should overcome in order to move forward.